Welcome to the Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Bar and Grill and the Blind Tiger Bar.
Okay, I'm going to take a sup of this now.
Suck you into it.
Because I am today,
What?
like I was just saying to you before we started, I'm full stressed out father.
Are you?
I'm like a single parent, Ray.
Cheers.
Do you know that?
Thanks, Anderson's
Cheers,
Mental
launch
Event
it.
Centre for sponsoring this crate of Heineken.
I'd love to drink 30 of these. I went into a bar in town yesterday at Fury's. I had 1 pint of Guinness before a gig. And
Yeah.
I was looking at myself in the mirror behind the bar.
Wondering who it was.
No,
Who's that guy?
wondering what happened to me. Right, I'll tell you another story about that in a second. But I was looking at myself in the bar going, wouldn't you love, like talking to myself like I was another person going, wouldn't you love to just stay here now for about 12 hours? And no one talk to me and just drink myself.
Hey, is it that bad?
I'm like a single parent, Ray. Nicola's doing nothing.
Is she not?
Oh, she's not an man. She's gone off all day gallivanting.
Doing what?
Round hotels and stuff.
Oh,
around
working. She has a job. She's
What?
an income.
Well, yeah, no, you might say that. Like, yeah, I mean. But like, so stay-at-home fathers, you know, that's a very important job too, Ray.
That's a job too, in fairness.
But anyway, got back from a gig last night about 2:30 in the morning, Ray.
Yeah.
And Ali decided, I'm going to stay up now for 3 hours.
Right.
And Nicola was up in about 4 hours. So I said, I'll just stay awake with her. And man,
Yeah.
I got up then today when
Wait
she woke
now.
up at 8 o'clock.
Is there no way you can combine your, like, you used to be a great man for staying up half the night gaming.
Yeah.
Is there no way you could buy your little headset?
Oh, man, imagine. Ali's on Call of Duty live streaming.
Yeah.
How's it going, folks? You're welcome to Baby Twitch.
And all you hear is,
Yeah. It's my guy behind me. Oh, that's what annoys me the most. She wasn't crying last night at all.
you just,
And she has this new thing now. She's after discovering that she can go ba 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 ba
no.
ba 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 ba. So she puts her she rolls her fist over her mouth. Ba 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 ba. So she's not crying like. But then she woke up today. Do you know she woke up today like, and
Like-
it was my fault that she didn't sleep like. She was raging like a bull. She was like, I didn't get much sleep last night now, Daddy. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I'm like a bull now, and it's all your fault because you
See,
came in
you
and had
got
to.
feck or sleep
No,
last
I didn't
night.
get much sleep. And then she was up, and then I was like, she's going to sleep now in the morning. Ray, I drove her around Knocknaray. I drove her around Ben Bulben. I drove her out as far as Colooney, and she would not fall asleep in the car.
Oh, you were trying to get her to go to sleep.
She wouldn't sleep. And it
Sure,
was my
is that
fault
not-
again.
Why is that a problem?
Because she's crying, because she's going, I'm awful tired, Daddy. And
I keep
won't
telling
sleep.
you, the soundproof box.
Oh my God, Ray, you can't put a child in the soundproof box.
Why
man.
not?
Whatever you do with your own cat is a different thing altogether. But on top of that as well, anyway, so you get to that stage. She's going through what's called an 8 months sleep regression.
Okay.
Which means it's your fault. So her sleeping schedule's all over the place at the moment. But
Yeah.
and I'm looking.
Sean
Right,
goes through that every now and again.
just,
You go down to the toilet at 4 o'clock, he'll be there ironing his trousers.
so the thing is, like so I've started wearing it on my face now, like the amount that she's
The
not
torment.
sleeping. Yeah, the
Yeah.
torment. And I saw it in the mirror in Fury's yesterday, and I also Nicola video called me this morning then from work, like,
Mhm.
and in her words, she just went, "Oh Jesus," right?
Right.
Which was her looking at my face, and I
Yeah.
had the same reaction because you know when you do a WhatsApp call, you can see yourself
Yes.
in the corner.
Yeah.
And I saw myself, and I was a shadow with me Kendy.
Oh, God.
I was like, look at the head in you. I don't know if anyone watching on Patreon now could see.
Do you know what I heard as well?
Do I look bad? Like,
This isn't any advance on what you used to look. Because...
that's not good. Okay.
No, because do you know Mairead's sister Orla above in Cavan?
Oh, happy
Yeah.
birthday,
Happy birthday,
Orla,
Orla.
lovey.
Fair
Big
play
shout
to you.
out to you.
But she apparently, do you remember she said to you that you, out of the three brothers, Joey, Ray and Mark,
Yeah.
that you look like the oldest out of the whole
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
them.
And that cuts deep because I'm.
But that was years ago, before you ever had a
I
child.
know, I'm by far the youngest.
Yeah.
So I think, I mean, I've said it before, probably at 22, she would have said, look at the fine young fella, like,
Right.
that he's definitely the youngest. But,
Yeah.
like, when I turned 27, Orla, love it. I don't know, I think you're 28, Orla, or something. You'll fucking find it yourself now. People will be saying, jeez, there's the oldest one now with the whole lot of them, right?
yeah.
So, do you know, I wouldn't be so confident now walking around the place.
But
Big
happy
birthday
birthday.
hitting you.
I
Yeah,
hope you have
big
a lovely
happy
day.
birthday to you as well. Because that's what happens, is you end up, you know. Now, I have definitely, I mean, I have bags under my eyes now and everything, Ray. I'm not able for it. And I have only one child.
Yeah.
Brendan is 12, 13, I
12,
think.
13 around the
Yeah,
town.
no, my mind's two of them.
Yeah.
But, like,
Two of them live with him.
but he looks great, like,
He does.
you know.
But there's a trick to that. He doesn't spend a whole lot of time with them.
Is that the key to it all?
That's the key to it all.
Get out and about, like.
Yeah.
Don't be
let
bothering
me
your
handle
arse.
that.
So it is, Ray. It's all coming down the line for you, man. And which reminds me, actually, now speaking of keeping yourself healthy and all that, how was the
International fasting.
international fasting going?
Well, my clean cut meals landed this morning.
Oh,
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
on them before,
I
weren't you?
was. It did great results.
Right.
So they landed this morning. I had one this evening. It's
What
great.
you have?
You can have dinner in 8 minutes.
Right, go
From
on.
the start of cooking it.
What you
I
have?
had a beef stew.
Oh.
380 calories.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try and not. Then I was thinking, I said to Laura, I said, why am I bringing a Heineken over when I'm on my international fast?
Oh, yeah.
I shouldn't be drinking the beer.
Yeah.
But she said, no, that's the podcast is over if you don't drink the beer.
Because you're not doing your international fast now when you're drinking an international beer. You know that?
That's true.
So you'll have to now wait until that's finished to then start again.
Yes, I'll start again tomorrow.
So have you been doing it? Or have you been saying I'll start again tomorrow?
Today was kind of the day I was going to start.
Right, okay.
Now, bad start. I ate half a bar of chocolate at lunch.
But that's okay. You can do that. That's not part of the fasting.
What? No. Oh, I see what you mean.
The
If
idea
you
is
only
you eat
whatever you want in 8 hours.
Yeah.
But then don't eat outside of that.
So I had 36 snack boxes. I'm doing it as well. I had 36 snack boxes today, but I'm going to fast now until tomorrow and then I'll go at it again. Like,
yeah.
I'm not doing it, obviously.
No, because, like everything.
Yeah.
I say I'm doing it, but I'll fail.
Yeah, because I'm a realist. Yeah.
But I can't fail this time round.
What do you mean?
I can't fail because I went into EJ's there at the weekend on Saturday. We were down to town.
Yeah.
And I went into EJ's at, this just shows you now how bad of a person I am.
Yeah, good. I love when these stories. Because people out there don't know.
I know, and when I'm tipping along on my own, nobody points it out to me.
Mm-hmm.
But on Saturday, I went to DJ's and I says to Laura, I says, come on now, we'll go in and we'll inquire about these wedding suits.
Lovely.
Right?
Lovely.
I think I'm going in good time.
What are we wearing?
What are we wearing exactly? We had some pictures from Pinterest.
All right.
Which I said yes to, like the man from Del Monte. I was like, I like the look of that.
So what you mean is Laura had pictures from
Laura's
Pinterest.
pictures from Pinterest.
Yeah.
And I said, I like that one there, yeah. She's like, great, we'll go with that one. So went in anyway, and upstairs, up in the beautiful spot to have EJ's menswear.
You went for the Dumb and Dumber orange and blue suits that the boys wore. Do you remember them yokes?
I do remember that, but we weren't going for that now. We were perusing around the selection. Okay. Now, Saturday afternoon, lunchtime we'll call it. Mm-hmm. What do you think EJ's suit hire and sales place is like of a Saturday afternoon?
Mental busy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I went straight up to the book, because I know him. From previous visits and whatnot.
And you said, I would like to skip the queue, please.
No, I went straight in and I said, come here, we're here about suits for my wedding. Right? The last thing that man wanted to hear.
And I'm going to peruse this place or peruse or whatever, browse.
And I kind of expecting, no problem, step this way.
Yeah.
But no, he kind of said, no, very busy now at the minute. You'll probably have to make an appointment. No, he didn't say you'd have to make an appointment. He says, come back one of the evenings when we're open late.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Very fair. Very fair business.
Very fair. And then I think I then proceeded after that to ask him another question in relation to the suit.
Oh, good. Yeah, he probably wanted that. He was probably mad for you to go, just while I have you.
Yeah. Just but while I have you, come here, is this all you've got?
Yeah, or can I try them on now?
Can I try this one now? Yeah, I'll come back during the week, but can I try one on now?
After I've tried all the on.
Yeah, it's just both of us are here now, a special moment.
Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah. Laura picks me out of suit jeans.
She's like that. Yeah. Fucking good. This is
exactly,
beautiful.
Beautiful moment.
Yeah.
So we went down the stairs anyway, and Laura says, you had no idea of the social cues there at all.
No, yeah, you don't really.
And I had to say I agree with her.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, she said that man was flat out busy. You didn't observe that to begin with.
Yeah.
Then you went and asked questions. He told you.
Yeah.
Then you still asked questions.
You did the equivalent of, and I know that you can relate to this. You know, when you're gigging and someone comes up to you and says, do you know this song? And you says, I don't. And they go, no, you do. You know when the chief bridesmaid from a hen party comes up and says, do you know this ABBA song? And you go, I don't know that one. You do know it.
You do know it. And then she starts playing it on her phone and singing
or she goes like, it's this one. She takes it out on Spotify. Expect you to go, I remember I did learn that one and I know it perfectly. Yes. You know? Yeah. So you did the same. You did the EJ Sue's equivalent of that to your man. Yeah. I don't have time. But I got to say anyway and waste it.
I'm sorry. I don't know how I'm going to be a better person. I had a similar issue. We went into Blind for the breakfast.
Right.
And there was people leaving the table and they had their stuff still at the table and I just ploughed in as if they'd gone.
And you just sat down?
I sat down and they had to come in and try and work around me to get their umbrella and bag of shopping.
Yeah, so what you have, Raymond, is called rural entitlement. What? So, when a man like you comes from a place like Cooneal and Killala,
I'm dizzy after that.
Into the big town. Into the big town. Like, if you went into the butchers in Killala, would you ever get treated like, I haven't time for you now, Ray?
No, because there's no one there.
Never. Yeah, there's no one there.
Yeah.
So you've been perusing your way again around, if that's even a word. That might not be a word. Your way around Killala. Right? Yeah. Into the local shop, into the local butchers, into the local bookies. And you've never been told, hang on there a minute.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, true.
It's the same thing when someone from fucking Annadown in Galway goes up to Dublin to do the shopping at Christmas. They can't believe when it's too busy for them.
Too busy.
So you don't accept that. That's what's wrong with you, Ray, coming from the big rural background hitting you.
I probably don't.
You don't accept the fact that your man's actually flat out because you don't believe him. Because you've never seen anyone flat out before.
No, I haven't.
You haven't, man. Where you come from. No one's ever been flat out in Killala. Unless they've been flat out lying down.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. I know what it is now. We've diagnosed as rural entitlement.
Yeah, you have a rural entitlement time.
And I'm going to have to start going to sessions or something to try and get it over.
Yeah, yeah. And I've noticed that across the board. Like that rural entitlement comes, it shows its face.
It's so sad.
All over the place.
The place you come from makes you the person you
has
are.
you the way you are.
That's what has me the way I am.
Yeah, it's where you come from. And I mean, like I was a Castlereagh
Do you not
townie.
have it as well?
Yeah, but see, I'm a Castlereagh townie.
So you don't have rural entitlement?
Not like to the same extent. Like the pubs I went into would have been relatively busy, like where you might have had to wait for something. Just
you
for a
would
minute,
have the townie chip on your shoulder.
Man, I don't know. Because like I've been fucking taught, when you land into a place like Sligo, you kind of realize you're not really a townie, and you're
a mini townie.
Yeah, you're only a mini townie because they let you know that you're not from this town.
Do you think when Sligo people go to Dublin, they get, is it kind of like dog eat dog world?
Yeah, because the one thing I will say is, the way I make fun of Dublin people quite a lot,
yeah,
is that
what's the sound like again?
Yeah,
it's for Dave out there,
So the one thing I'd say about the Dubs is they have no interest in us, as in. So while I will give out about them, let's say I lose the head, they love that and they're laughing at it.
Yeah.
Because we're just wee little old culchies to them and they find it hilarious. Like,
we're laughing stock.
We're like a little dog nipping at their heels, like a puppy.
Yeah.
Or a cat that's like just kind of nipping at them and they're going, look at this little thing here. So as much as we go mental at them, they think we're just laughable, which is the same when a rural person goes into a big town.
I understand it now. Thank you for making that clear.
No, that's okay. Just so you know who you are.
Yeah.
And your other crack as well. Come here.
Things.
Yeah, no. Well, no, I don't have things, but I have been thinking a little bit today. And in the last week, without getting too political, the state of the nation. No, not the state of the nation. I've been thinking a little bit. You know what's going on down in Clare?
I was wondering when you're going to bring this up.
Yeah, I've been just seeing it a little bit.
For people at home who maybe listen to this in 3 years' time,
I'm going. What was it
which has now starts to happen?
Yes.
Where people take a notion. I'm going to get through the whole lot. And we start talking about that thing that's happening in Clare.
Mm-hmm.
If as best as I can describe it, some refugee asylum seeker migrants were brought in a bus to a lovely picturesque hotel near Inch in Clare.
Yeah.
And
they weren't given an inch.
And they weren't. Yeah, that's something they haven't put in the placard yet, which is terrible. So
not an inch given.
Yeah,
it should. That's what it should say outside.
I have to credit someone else said that now on,
did they?
Facebook. Yes, I'm robbing that.
I thought I came up with that there a second ago.
No, you didn't.
I'm shit.
Yeah. So the locals anyway had no prior knowledge of these lads landing.
Yeah.
And they're vexed that they're landed.
Yeah.
And they didn't want any more. So they decided that's it now. They're going to blockade the hotel either end of the road with bales of silage and tractors and Fiestas.
Which everyone knows is,
impregnable.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you thought the Berlin Wall was bad now. Jesus.
So for days now they've been there and ministers have gone down to try and coax them out of it and the whole lot.
Come on.
They're really vexed that they weren't told in advance.
Yeah. That's the idea. Yeah.
But as the government says, well, you're right, our communication plan isn't marvellous, but if we had told them in advance, they'd have put the blockade in before we got the bus through.
So their argument is that one of the arguments, one of many, is that there was a I'm going to get it wrong. Was it Skerries or somewhere in Dublin where they were consulted for a long, long time?
Yeah.
In what might be considered an upper class area of Dublin?
Yeah.
The local community were consulted for 3 months straight.
Yeah.
Before the asylum seekers were put in. Whereas they're saying in the rural areas, it's all hush hush.
And now they're exercising their right of rural entitlement.
Yes.
We deserve to be
told. We need to be told, just like the Dubs are told.
Yeah, exactly.
That this is happening. But me, from observing it as a middleman, here's the thing about the political spectrum in Ireland at the moment, and worldwide with the way things are gone now as well. You have a lot of people shouting at either end of the pole, and then you have people in the middle.
Yeah.
Like us, who just observe us and make...
Well, I wanted to know more. So I went into my Google.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. And actually, I passed the Google offices last week and I wondered to myself, can you walk into Google and ask them a question?
Yeah. Can you go in to the reception and say, hey, Google.
Red rash on foot.
Is this spot benign? Yeah.
Yeah. I just wonder, can you do that? Is that anyway?
Hey
so,
Google, should my Mickey have a growth?
So I went into Google's offices in Dublin, right? And I asked the receptionist, like, why are all the refugees coming to Ireland middle-aged or young men on buses?
Oh, don't say that. Okay, yeah, okay.
That's what I asked.
They call them fighting age men, right?
Fighting age men.
Yeah.
I said, why is all the lads that ended up down Lynch and Clare, why are they all fighting age men?
Yeah.
And I wanted to know what the answer to that question is.
Go on.
So I read up about it.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So the whole Ukrainian thing, the majority of the refugees...
It's fake. There's no war in Ukraine. So the whole Ukraine, it's a mask.
No.
They're masking over the fact that they're moving people from Longford down to Inch and Clare. That's exactly what it is. So there's no war in Ukraine.
The Ukrainian thing.
Putin's a hologram. Do you know that? Let's fucking start some wild rumors. Did you know that Varadkar and Putin were actual brothers, right? No, that's the truth. And Michal Martin, right? He was a cousin of theirs, right? Once removed.
Yeah.
There was a
so
wedding.
They all know each other.
There was a wedding in Antrim, Ray, back in 1960, right? And they actually have photographs of Putin, Varadkar, and Michal Martin all as babies at it. And you tell me now that they're not in bed together.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Explain that to me.
So the Ukrainian government kind of said, lads, as the male fighting age contingent said, we'd appreciate it if you didn't leave the country, stay here and defend the homeland.
Yeah.
To which most of the population went, yes, you're dead right, we'll stay.
Yeah.
And the women and children said, get them out.
It's called the Titanic.
Yes, women and children only, please.
Yeah.
So off they went. That's why Ireland is getting primarily women and children when it comes to Ukrainian refugees.
Yeah.
When it comes to everybody else, such as people coming from African nations, you have, we'll call them just for the sake of, we'll call them Mary and John, living in Sudan, right?
Yeah, you know Mary and John.
You know Mary and John, right? So Mary and John, anyway, they've been there in Sudan, a little hut in Sudan for a long time.
Yeah.
And they have a family.
They do.
3 kids.
They do.
Right? They have Johnny.
Yeah.
He's the eldest. He's 20.
Yeah, named after the father.
Exactly, yeah. Johnny.
Yeah.
And then they have the 2 daughters. They have Finola and Fidelma.
That's right.
And they all live in this little village in Sudan.
Yeah.
And things aren't great.
Yeah.
Do you know?
It's not great there now at the moment.
It's not great at the moment. Yeah. And a whole lot of them want to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And they've no money at all for nothing.
Yeah.
So they think, well, should we all go to Ireland?
Yeah.
And they realise very quickly that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because the cost of getting one ticket to Ireland from the traffickers is loads of money.
Yes.
So they decide who's the best one to send.
And also a very dangerous
Very
journey.
dangerous because it involves one of those exciting adventure-based trips across the Mediterranean in a dinghy.
Yeah. And this ain't no motherfucking cruise.
Yeah, so you want to be able to swim.
Yeah.
And Finola and Fidelma, they're only 8 and 9.
Yeah.
So
they haven't done swim lessons.
Yeah. They nominate Johnny to go.
Yeah.
So they get all the money together, send Johnny off, and that's why Johnny ends up in Inch.
Yeah. Along with another
28 other Johnnies from
Yeah.
villages like that in Sudan.
Yeah.
And the idea is that they'll get here, they'll get asylum, they might get work, which means they can Western Union the shite out of the money home.
They can.
Which means that John and Mary at home in Sudan actually, can get the shopping in Aldi and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then
the Aldi in Sudan.
the Sudan Aldi.
Yeah. Sudan Aldi. Yeah.
Sudan Aldi.
Yeah. Sudan Aldi.
Or Sud Lidl. But so that's the, and then as Johnny gets on in the country here, he can bring them over. So eventually save up a few pounds and get them over in the flight.
Yeah. So
that's apparently the reason.
Yeah, and then the idea then
there's a conspiracy theory though.
What's that?
It's Sinn Féin.
What? Finn Shane are doing what?
Finn Shane are abroad in Sudan going, Johnny,
come on,
we want you.
Yeah.
You come over here, we'll get you to Ireland.
Yeah.
We'll give you a badge to say you're a Sinn Féin member, and then we want you to vote local at the elections.
No shagging ways.
And Johnny gets Mary Lou in.
That is unbelievable, Ray.
Simple as that.
Now, and from that photo years ago as well, apparently in the background you can see Mary Lou
was there too,
and she's handing out. Oh, it's fucking good. It's very bad.
It's all at the top.
It's all mental. Did
you know that?
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, I didn't know any of that. No, sorry. I know that's obviously the idea because people ask that question. Why is it all fellas that?
Yeah.
Because obviously they're the ones that are going to make the terrible journey that across illegally or whatever. You know what I mean? They're not coming from an economical turmoil. They're coming from war. So I hear people say stuff like, I stole a Ukrainian car and you want to see your man was driving in Norway? And I'm like, yeah, but he's not fleeing that.
That reminds me of something as well.
You know, he's not fleeing, he's fleeing war.
You know what they're saying about the young fellas down in Clare? They're all wearing night runners and heli jackets and this. I was like, have you ever been on holidays? Do you not see the cost of the oaks and the blanket by the beach?
Yeah,
That's
they're
the ones
fiber.
they're wearing.
Yeah, your man's wearing nice sunglasses. They're not real Oakleys. They're not real Oakleys.
But to you, they're real.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't be getting the asylum.
So the other side of it then is, and this is the argument that's always made, you have to take everything with a pinch of Kendy. And I've always said that as well. Yep. So remember when I said that there's people at either extreme of the pole who are giving out. So there's people saying, I just don't want anyone like that here. And then there's other people sitting around the campfire singing Kumbaya, saying, let's all just live together, you guys, come on.
Yeah.
So they're either side of us. And then there's people in the middle who, like you said, there's arguments there that have validation. So I fucking hate where they're argued online and they just call each other far left or far right.
Yeah.
Because most people are nowhere near those extremities.
Yeah.
And they're us. So people are actually making an argument going, there's fuck all going on in Inch at the moment or anywhere. I mean, Inch is probably a bad example, but, and then all of a sudden you're like, my daughter couldn't get a house there, you know, and now all of a sudden they're getting a house. What's happening here, you know?
But even if they go down to the local doctors.
Me and Nicola were looking going, they're after putting the farm up by fucking €3.
Yeah.
And we're going, for fuck's sake, it's so expensive already. Like, this is cuntish. And then, you know, someone will come along and say, did you hear now that all the Ukrainians and all the guys in Africa, they get that formula for free? And then I get pissed off then. I go, what? I fucking paid for it. So you have to realize most people are living in the middle there, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to make ends meet, and then hearing all these crazy stories. So that's what ends up happening.
Yeah.
Let's say if I end up making an argument to do with any of that, you can't just go, did you hear Kendy's far right?
Well, that's what we're going to call the episode.
Far right. Kendy's far right.
Did you hear Kendy's far right?
Kendy's far wrong. No, and far gone. You know, so that's the thing. I just think we've adopted this Americanism in Ireland now, haven't we?
The far right and far left.
The far you're either in one end now or you're at the other end.
Yeah.
Because we've just taken up their two-party kind of thing and we've applied it to our social issues. You know, are you conservative? Are you Republican now or are you a Democrat? That's like we've nearly taken that now. I've gone, are you with everything that we believe in or are you against everything that we believe in?
Are you come by yeah or you shut the border?
Yeah, are you come by yeah or come by don't? And that's it. Like, and like most people are in the middle. Yeah. Trying to live their life. So when you hear these interviews and it's like, did you hear the far right person giving out because they were a little bit worried about what's going on and the government wouldn't talk to them? Well, maybe that was just a mother. You know what I mean? Maybe it was just a mother who was worried at the time. And the same for the other end. It goes the same way the other end. All these mad lefties just want to let all the Africans into the plate, you know, and you're just like, what? Relax for a minute. Maybe people are actually humanitarian and they're worried like about their fellow world citizen, you know? Yeah. Now, having said that, I have been wondering along the way, do you think somewhere, and we're just not hearing about it, in Australia, right? Do you think in Australia there's a massive protest outside every apartment complex going, no more Irish nurses? We have enough of them. They're coming over here and taking all the jobs and they're integrating and they're marrying all the Australian men. And it's not right. Yeah. Listen, Australia, if you have a problem as well, the one thing I have noticed is when Irish people travel, right, they only ever marry, Eleanor's the exception to this rule. They end up finding someone from, like, when an Irish person goes abroad, right, and the mother writes home and they say, I actually met a fella, right? And where is he from? He's from Roscrea and I'm from Burr. And we just fucking, do you think in a pub in Australia, right? A woman lands in and a fella chats her up and goes, where are you from? And she says, I'm from Burr. And he goes, I'm actually from Roscrea. And they go, I suppose we're about to get married. Yeah. You know, we're after finding each other halfway across the world. What are the odds? Yeah. We might as well just get married because this. So if I was Australian, but I just do wonder. Imagine if there was bad protests about the Irish nurses going over. You know, because the Irish nurses are flooding over there again. I don't know what happened in the last year, but
they're paying them more.
They're paying them,
and it's warm, and you get the tan, and the whole lot.
And they're offering them actual good jobs that aren't just like a year's contract, and then you have to fend for yourself. Also, the climate is a big thing to do with it as well.
That was some good political debate there, Kendy.
A little bit, yeah. I hope we didn't offend anyone, but also I don't really care that much. I like, in truth, like I think what we're saying is actually probably what most of the country is saying. Do you know?
Yeah.
You're allowed to be worried, but also don't be dirt smelly racist.
Yes. I think that sums it up well.
You're allowed to be, that's good. You're allowed to be worried, but don't be dirt smelly racist.
Yes.
And then furthermore, you're allowed to be humanitarian and caring, but don't paint everybody with the same brush. Don't go down and get the Magnolia and just paint the whole world with us.
Yes.
No. I mean,
that's marvellous.
Geez, I could be a fucking politician myself.
You could be.
And also,
Kendy,
like I said, Micheál Martin and Vladimir Putin, they're all they're cousins.
And Mary Lou.
They're all cousins. Yeah. So there we go. That's the political side of it. Good. Kind of done, I guess.
Are you ready for the bits?
There's still a housing crisis. There's still everything.
We won't talk about that.
Don't even bother. Yeah, sure. Who needs a house anyway? Waste time. Go on. Yeah, you're right, Ray. Go on to the bits.
Can we talk?
No one needs a house. You're right.
Look at your face there.
No, I was checking the time.
Yeah. Can we talk about Riverdance?
Yeah, but always.
Yeah.
Don't ever ask me that question. Just go first.
It's had a profound effect on those that were around for it.
Yeah, well, okay. Yeah, it has, because I keep telling Nicola I can't wait for Addie to go play for Sligo Rovers or like end up playing football for St. John's, and she keeps saying
she's going to be an Irish dancer.
She's going to be an Irish dancer, yeah.
Right.
And I keep saying to her, well, I'm not dressing her up in a daft outfit you wouldn't put in a doll, but do you see the heads on them, Ray?
Stop.
Sweet Jesus Christ.
Talk about offensive.
What?
Anyway,
How is that offensive, man?
Just,
Do you ever see these Irish dancing girls?
They think they're marvellous.
That they do.
They do.
They certainly do think
they
they're
think
marvellous.
They're marvellous.
Oh, they absolutely love themselves.
With the curls.
The curls.
Yeah.
You wouldn't see curls like that, man. Honest to God.
No, you wouldn't, man.
You shouldn't see curls like that. Go on anyway.
Riverdance.
So, anyway, yeah. Hawley Flatley comes out. And what was your one's name again?
Gene Butler.
Gene Butler comes out, right? And Hawley Flatley comes out. 1996.
Yes, it was 96.
1996. Lord rest him, Jerry Ryan.
No.
Jerry Ryan says, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Ryan steps up, Lord rest him, and he says, ladies and gentlemen, Riverbox. And the boys come out in the Riverbox.
And it's now nearly 30 years later.
And they dance around the biggest Shomer Sitcha you've ever seen in your life.
Yes. Now, fast forward nearly 30 years.
Yeah.
And I'm up above in the Hawkswell.
Right.
And I'm dropping off a chicken fried rice to Vinnie Higgins, Sligo's premier mic stand provider.
This all relates, by the way. If you're worried at home, don't worry.
Don't worry. It's all coming back to Riverdance. So I do Chinese takeaway deliveries on the side.
To the mic stand providers.
This particular one.
Right.
So I was dropping him up as chicken fried rice. Mm-hmm. And as I came in, I was chatting him, and he was trying to give me money for it, and I was trying to give him a fork.
Right.
I noticed that Niamh Fitzcrowley was flat out on stage with, I think there must be the youth orchestra.
Yeah.
Or something along the lines of that.
Stuff. Can I just say, and I'm not licking arse here now.
Sounds like
because I'm not about to lick arse.
And it's not the best picture you want to paint either. Would you use a different?
Okay. I'm
not
about
blowing smoke up someone's.
I'm not about to rub cheek here now, right?
Okay.
But Niamh Fitzcrowley, the fucking work she does, I reckon there's a good chance that Sligo might have the best young musicians in the country.
There was about 100 of them on the stage with her.
It's unbelievable what she does.
I must admit, she doesn't let go of the power.
Oh, but she loves it though.
She loves the power.
Oh, she loves the power.
I was looking at her.
That's the only reason she does it.
She's standing there, like centre stage, big dirty rotten spotlight shining down on her.
And she just has the 4 fingers up like that, stick out the fingers at all the kids like that.
She's surrounded by 100 children, and she's taught them every single instrument.
Every note they know.
Every note they know. Yeah. They're all there in a subservient role.
They are.
Right?
Very subservient.
And Niamh is standing there with the fiddle and the whole lot. And they're doing the Riverdance.
Oh, are they?
Sure. No, I didn't pay much heed because I was kind of going, that's nice. That sounds nice.
Yeah, and can I also say, I hope they treated it like a wedding and they skipped the first 2 minutes where nothing happened.
They probably did, because I don't remember hearing
the first 2 minutes is shite, like. It is. It's only when it gets into, it's all about, and everybody at the wedding is going, they're kind of going, oh, please. And then the second it goes into the there's ties on the heads and they're lifting.
I was standing there chatting to Vinny. This was all going along in the background, right? And the flashing lights with digital confetti, the pigeons coming out everywhere.
Oh, doves.
Niamh was putting on a serious show.
She was.
I wasn't paying much attention, but subconsciously, the Riverdance was easing its way into me.
You were getting jittery?
And I was getting jittery. And I was like, how am I feeling? When they finished, you know the end of it. And I just went,
now let's do Never Forget Where You're Coming From. Take that.
The Hawkswell was empty at the time. They were only rehearsing. It was very evident that I had a very strange, a reflex reaction to this song being played.
What you're talking about, Raymond, is the power of music and the emotion of music.
Me.
And then worse than that again, or even better than that again, should I say, is the power of Irish music when it gets going. Because there's an unmerciful devilment in Irish music when it gets going.
Oh, you just caught me by surprise.
It does. No, it does though, because I'm not a huge fan of trad music, as in I don't follow it too much. But fuck me, if a trad session gets out of control, you're fucking losing the head altogether. And the Riverdance is the perfect example of it as well. And especially that build-up at the end.
Yeah.
When Hawley Flatley and Ruthie Butler...
Jean Butler.
Joan Butler. Whenever they were both standing in the middle, and whatever about the other 40 people behind them that got no plaudits at all, they were forgotten about, back on the dole the next day. Yeah. Straight back down to sign on.
Yeah.
Because they got that, and Hawley Flatley fucking went off to Florida and fucking living his best life.
Yeah.
And Joan Butler then...
He became the Lord of the Dance.
Because he had a massive falling out with them.
Yes, he did.
Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
That's what happened.
Oh, God.
So no, but we're not going to have Hawley Flatley on this thing. He's daft as a brush anyway. Don't be worried about it. He's from Sligo.
How do you mean he's from Sligo?
He has Sligo connections. I mean, I've always been a huge fan of his as well. I wouldn't say a bad word about him.
The family listening.
Oh, he's fucking...
Yeah.
But the thing about Holly
How did
Flatley
they fall out?
is... So he had a massive falling out with them all. First of all, he kept calling her Joan Belcher.
So she didn't enjoy him.
Her name is Joan Butler.
Yeah.
And so she was falling out with him as well. And he fell out with the whole lot of them as well because the same as Ant and Ray, if you're in a wedding band around the country,
Yeah.
if you're in a band around the country, and all of a sudden you hear what the main man is making.
Yeah.
So Hawley Flatley said, I'm after two-step my way into the Irish Hearts.
Was he taking in Bentley Boy lead money?
He was... he was... Woo! He wasn't taking in Bentley Boy lead money, but your man behind the scenes was. So this is what was happening. Not even the Bentley Boy lead money. So he was on the Bentley Boy lead money. They'll kill us.
Not the one.
Fuck them. Right. So he was... he was taking in Bentley Boy lead money.
That's Bentley Boy lead singers. How much they get paid?
But then on top of that, he heard what the actual people were making in the office then, you see.
Oh, for them up
We're
in the
in
office.
awful fucking trouble. So he said, I want a slice of that lovely
I
cake.
want the Bentley Boy office
And they
money.
said, yeah, and they said... He said, I'm the talent here. Like, why am I not getting the main slice of the cake? And they said, well, we're dealing with the brides.
Oh,
So,
God.
we're taking in all the money. We're in awful trouble.
We
Ray.
had to talk to the Eurovision people.
We had to talk to the Eurovision people.
Yeah.
Right? We're the ones that got Jerry Ryan to big you up.
Yeah.
Okay. So then he said, well, if I'm the talent, I'm going to go out and start my own wedding band. So he started off Lord of the Dance.
And that's his own band.
And that's his own band.
And then
he makes all the money himself then as well. He said, I'm the cream of the crop, right?
Mm.
I'm the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, the dog's bollocks. I'm the Kendy's Mickey. I'm going to fucking go for it. And he did it himself then. But he left Joan Belcher behind. He wanted nothing to do with her.
I'm sweating.
So he went off and did it himself. And he also said, I'm going to build up and live up to what I have seen on television my whole life, which is Irish stereotypes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be
Which is me dressed like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And tap dancing my way across the stage.
He tap danced his way into the hearts of all the world, Ray. And then he turned about 60.
But Riverdance kept going too.
Yeah.
So it's just, you're right. Wedding bands in Ireland is very similar.
There was two separate shows running at the same time.
Find these
Yeah. It's kind of like all these 80s tributes that are going around now as well.
I'm going to move on now. So
don't, because it's good crack.
Speaking of bands, actually, I had the pleasure of doing sound for a rock band here from Sligo called Tusk.
Brilliant.
And they had
unbelievable
album launch on Saturday night.
Man, they'd bust the guts clean out of you.
Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre.
I heard Tusk last year at a festival, and I'll tell you one thing, they'd bust the gut clean out of you.
They did. Now, a lot of people ask me, is that a what you call Fleetwood Mac tribute band?
Why?
Because they have a song called Tusk.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. But they were in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre.
And they had two other support bands, Some Remain and the Church House Creepers.
Lovely.
And I want to speak to you not about Tusk. Okay. They were marvellous. Fair play to them. Not about Some Remain. They were also marvellous.
Lovely.
Fair play to them. I want to talk to you about Church House Creepers.
Who were marvellous.
They were also marvellous. And fair play to them.
Just to make sure everyone loves everyone.
Everyone loves everyone. I have no issues at all with any of this stuff. I'm not going to say a bad thing about them.
Go on.
However...
Yeah.
When the Church House Creepers lads came in, I was doing the sound and I said, what do you need, lad? And said, we need this, that, and the other.
We need this, that, and the other.
But they were very polite. And the lead singer, I believe on Facebook, he's a Mr. Malarkey.
Right, okay.
And he says, yeah, thanks very much. That's great. Great now to have the microphone there. And we just need that plugged in over there. And I'm going, you're a really nice fella.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. If you're a lead singer in a band, you have to be prick.
And he was wearing a lovely pair of Dr. War jeans.
Lovely appropriate boots.
Yeah, a black jean and a
Dr.
black
War
t-shirt.
jean,
And he had a drop of a mullet.
He did.
And they were basically a collection of mullets and mohawks. So
it's a lovely collection.
It's a lovely collection. It was very appealing and very nice, easy in the eye. And I enjoyed every bit of that.
Women love it, by the way. You know that? No, women love mullets, Ray. I know we've talked about mullets before. There's a huge... They do, because I had this... Did I tell this before? It doesn't matter anyway. I was chatting to another gentleman friend of ours who was our age as well. And we were up amongst a group of young women. Yes. Now, we shouldn't have been. Okay, we were. No. What I mean is that we didn't belong. I certainly found out that I didn't belong. Right. Because this gentleman said to me, I'm growing a mullet.
Yeah.
And I said to him, you're of an age where that shouldn't be a thing at all. What's he on about? I said to him, the two of us shouldn't be growing mullets.
Yes.
Right? To which the young woman said, I think they're awful sexy.
Ooh.
And I realised I'm the flute.
You should have had a mullet.
So Kendy walks around here wearing very appropriate conservative farah and a very appropriate belly. And they have no interest in that anymore.
But why
So-
would you want a woman to just to feel
I'm
nice?
just saying it was funny that I think I go around looking very appropriate and stuff, and they go, "You look like a fool." I think a mullet looks normal,
Well, the
which
mullet-
I don't guess at all. But
The
go on,
mullet
man.
was in full force this night.
It was.
And a very polite gentleman, Mr. Malarkey, the lead singer of Church House Creepers.
That's right.
To
Great name, by the way.
It is, yeah.
Great name.
So he came on the stage when this was about to start, and he says, "How's it going, folks? How's everybody doing?"
Let's go, folks.
Really nice fella.
Yeah.
We're going to start now with our first song, and it is "Suck My F***ing Balls, You F***ing Bastard."
And then he kicks into it.
It's like "Suck my f***ing balls, you bastard."
Jesus Christ. But I think there's a lovely appropriateness to him going, just because the song is a bit like that doesn't mean I have to be.
No, he was the lovely. He said, as soon as he finished, "Thanks very much for singing along there, fair play to you."
Jeez, you really caught the balls part lovely, just the way you said.
Yeah, we're
Was
really
that actually
good
the
there.
name of the song?
That was, I think, that must have been the name of the song because he said it enough times for 4.5 minutes. Anyway,
That's a genre of music, Ray, that I don't really get, but people are into it. Like.
people really enjoyed it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People enjoyed the sucking the balls. The dirty
Now, once I
bastards.
got the sound going, I proceeded to tip down to the back. It's something I've never done at a gig. I proceeded to throw in my AirPods, put on noise cancellation mode, and continue to watch the show Yellowstone on my phone.
You're gone very bad, Ray.
I've got very bad.
Chase, your heart's not in it anymore.
Heart
so,
is not in it.
or else you're just addicted to Yellowstone.
No, well, I'm addicted to Yellowstone, and my heart isn't as. Once it's kind of sounding well, and I'm kind of going, it's fine, yeah. And it's the kind of music that's kind of noisy anyway. So you there's not really a whole lot of mixing you can do. It's kind of let the band do what they do. Do you know?
Let them sound the way they
Let
sound.
them sound the way they sound. Don't be trying to fix it. You haven't got up putting a nice slide guitar on it, you know? But
What's your clean sound like?
I don't have such a thing.
Give us your clean sound there for
Just
a minute,
at
will you?
one point in Yellowstone, I know most people are probably watching it.
Yeah, it's
But
good show.
it is a show with Kevin Costner in it. It's just full of plot holes.
Is this?
Oh my God. They do, right. The whole way, I'm on season 5 now.
Oh, sure.
And
I'm 2 episodes in.
Are you? Are you enjoying it?
I enjoyed 2 episodes, yeah.
Well, you'll find here are some things to look out for.
Go on.
As it goes on, they'll talk about bringing people to the train station.
Right.
There is no train station. It's where they bring people to dump their bodies.
Oh,
Right?
okay,
It's
okay.
just this basically a lay-by
Right.
over a cliff. And they just fire the body over the cliff. And no one ever comes looking for it.
And why do they call it the train station?
It's the code they use. I think that guy needs to go to the train station.
Maybe it means last stop.
Yeah, the last stop.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's good now, yeah.
There's just a lot of the people get killed all the time and there's never any mention of what happened like.
Do you find yourself with, and I don't know if anyone else out there feels like this, I lose interest in a show when the killing just becomes too normal in us.
Yeah, there's a lot of
So,
normalized killing.
You know
in
the
this.
way when a big character dies, it's supposed to cut you like a dagger. You're supposed to go,
Yeah.
But when there's people dying, that's why I couldn't get into Game of Kendy's.
Oh,
I
I know what
could
you
not
mean.
get into Game of Kendy's because you can't have people dying every episode and it just becoming a thing that happens.
Now the main cast don't necessarily die too often.
But dying is the most emotional thing.
Yeah.
Like a murder, killing is the most emotional thing that happens to
Yeah.
human life.
Yeah.
You can't just treat it really blasé.
No,
you know?
they just kill the bad guys.
If you just kill off people, then you just go. And that's the other thing as well. You know when there's supposed to be a protagonist, a good guy,
Yes.
but the good guy goes through the whole series killing left, right, and center.
Yeah.
It's hard to go, I'm still rooting for him now.
That's what I'm feeling.
He killed that pregnant woman,
Kevin
but I'm still rooting
Costner,
for him now.
He's like the version of he's a mafia man.
Yeah, and you can't. So I know what happens in these shows. They have to end up killing them boys off then as well at the end. I'm not saying what happens at the end of it, but it happened to Heisenbach,
Yeah,
right? So
Heisenbach.
Heisenbach, they said he's gone too far now. We're going to have to
Break
kill
him
him
bad.
off. Yeah, we're going to have to break him
For everyone
bad.
that doesn't get the
Do you know?
doesn't get the reference.
Heisenbach is the man in Breaking Bad. Anyway, I'm just saying that, and it's why I can't get into TV shows too much anymore. I'm listening to an audio podcast. Fair play to Alison Slattery out there. She said to me, "Have a listen to The Clearing." Oh, mother of
It's
God!
good.
Oh, Ray, I'm tied down to it as well. That's why I was driving Ali around. She was like, "I don't want to go for
The
sleep." I said,
Clearing.
"Shut up!" Oh. It says on Spotify, man. To give you a stutter. It's
Very good.
unreal. Yeah, so fair play to Alison Slattery for that.
Right, okay, I'm gonna
Anyway.
to check that out.
Yeah, go
I'll
on.
move on.
Yeah.
The Christian on Saturday.
Oh, who are you? Christian?
Joanna Meehal's.
Young Shamey.
My little nephew Shamey.
How's he keeping?
Just very interesting. Just a whole. I haven't been in a Christian in a while,
Yeah,
and yeah, you know,
it happens.
it happens.
They put-
And they dunk him.
Yeah, they do.
They full on dunk him.
Oh,
he
did
was
they?
not impressed.
Ali wasn't dunked.
No,
fully.
there was water poured and
Yeah, they pour a little bit of Visco over the
there's
can.
a good bit put on, and then there's apparently some blessed oil that
Right.
they're rubbing the child
That's
as well.
right, yeah.
But then the priest also mentioned, as you might have been aware, Mayo bet Kerry at the weekend.
No.
But the priest says, and as we speak, is it a Porrick? Is it a Porrick of a player with Mayo?
Pork O'Hara?
Porrick O'Hara.
Yeah.
Porrick O'Hara was in here with the whole family during the week, the priest said.
Oh.
He got the whole family blessed. I don't know how that applies, but got the whole family blessed.
I think we were doing a deal that week, you see, the priest. He said,
They got the
he
whole-
said, you know when you get those Facebook messages? We are overstocked in blessed oil.
When
Share this post.
He said Mr. O'Hara wanted this oil to rub on his legs.
Oh, no.
So as to beat the Kerry people better.
I'll tell you what, I would have laughed at him only for it worked, obviously.
But that's what the priest said. He said, it's already paying dividends as we speak.
Well, I'll tell you what, Think Pork O'Hara, you can rub as much oil on your leg as you want. I won't say it. You may start playing football. Okay, I won't say a word now. Go on anyway, keep going.
Well, fair play to Shamey.
Stop
anyway.
pulling the dragon. That's all I'd say. Okay, fair play to Shamey.
Yeah.
I mean, and he has now become a member of...
He is now a member of. He's delighted.
The Catholic
By
Church.
the sounds of it.
One of the most respected entities in all of the world.
He didn't want to be a member. That's the way he was acting at the time.
Yeah, they do. They have a tendency to do that.
Yeah, he was kicking and screaming into the faith.
Yeah, because there's a fight, you see, going on, you see.
Well, the devil is at him.
He's trying to fight off the devil, and the devil's at him, pulling at him.
Yeah.
While the priest is trying to drop the blessed blood, the blessed oil above and top of him.
Yeah.
And there's an awful battle that goes on. Did you see him go, he starts speaking in tongues and shit.
He was definitely a nicer child after.
Do you reckon? Because he has the Holy Spirit.
He's very more agreeable and, nice.
Has he taken over or has he come around to you yet? No?
He has no issue with me at all. I held him.
Go away.
Yeah, there was a picture of me holding him.
Are you a good father? No.
Oh, what?
Are you a godfather?
No, my father got the good father.
Your father's a godfather too?
Yeah, he is indeed. Yeah.
Your father's the child's godfather.
Yeah, and yeah.
But he's also the grandfather.
But he's also... Oh, that's right, he's double jobbing. That happens, though.
I don't mean to be fucking very crude and sinister here.
Be careful now, because Michael McCandle did a serious job holding that baptismal candle.
No, I'm sure he's an absolutely tremendous candidate.
He worked that candle.
But the idea is supposed to be that God forbid something bad happens. That
my father can sort it out. Sure, hasn't he done well with me and the other three girls?
What I mean is in the long run also.
What do you mean in the long run?
I'm just saying.
What are you trying to say?
I'm delighted that you got it.
He probably outlived Shamey.
It's rare. It's rarely a grandfather that gets it.
My grandfather was my godfather.
Was he?
Yeah, my grandmother was my godmother.
That must be a weird McAndrew tradition.
I don't think so. I'd let people know.
Are you Presbyterian?
We are not Presbyterian. And by the way, what was actually one of the highlights of the whole Christian experience was, at one stage, when Shamey was getting head dunked,
yeah,
he was looking in distress, and my mother whipped out a white towel.
She did?
She did. And she said, here, try him with that.
Go away.
And then she turned around to the rest of us going, that did ye at your Christians.
Go away, and they haven't washed it since.
And I'm looking, that's a 40-year-old vintage towel that she's after whipping out. And it looks like the day it was bought in pennies.
Jesus. So my mother threw everything out belonging to us.
Great.
Just trying to get rid of memories.
Yeah.
Bad memories growing up.
Yeah.
She'd be afraid that we'd think they're old, so she'd get rid of the evidence.
Yeah.
She's so worried, Mom is such a worrier that people would think we were wearing old clothes.
Yeah.
She
doesn't want...
I've told you before, whenever we see a photograph, if there's a photograph of me making my confirmation and I'm wearing a brand new Liverpool jersey that I got that year for my confirmation, when Mom pulls that photo out, she'll say, that was the jersey at the time. In case we think we were wearing an old Liverpool jersey.
Yeah, that was the most up-to-date Liverpool jersey.
It's all about keeping up appearances.
Did you wear a Liverpool jersey
to
your confirmation?
Yeah, I would have, but that's all I wanted. And my confirmation in the Huntsman in Galway.
Right,
just across from the G Hotel, before the G Hotel was there now.
Yeah.
I made my confirmation in the Huntsman in Galway, as in I celebrated there.
I was going to ask you.
All I wanted was a brand new Liverpool jersey and to play football outside with my cousins in the grass. That's why we picked the Huntsman, because there was grass outside it. That's all I gave a shit about. I didn't know Bures were a thing. When you're 12, you don't know, or 11. You don't know that Bures are going to be the only thing you care about eventually.
An innocent time in your life.
You just think a size 5 Sandico ball that you got in Declan Brown's in Castlereagh and a pair of old sports football gloves. That was all you cared about.
And you were probably carrying, that's the first time you ever carried big pound.
Wait, yeah. No, sorry, yeah. That was the first time I ever carried big pound, yeah. Any other crack rib besides?
I do, yeah. No, I'm moving on. My sister Marie.
Yeah.
She bought a pair of Converse yesterday morning.
Okay, well, I can't wait to see where this goes. Why would I give a shite about Marie buying Converse?
She ended up to our house here in Sligo, and with the Converse on, she said, I have a big problem. And I said, what's the big problem? And she showed, now she let on that, she'd bought these new Converse. She said, they're one of a kind, right? She said, but they're pinching me small toe. Right. So I'm wondering, should I bring them back or not? Right. And I looked at these Converse, and they looked like, now she said she bought them that morning. They looked like she had them for 2 years.
Where did you buy them? I walked from Mayo to here.
I said, what way did you walk back from TK Maxx? Yeah. They look like they've seen serious walkage.
She must have walked through Markovich Park. For fuck's sake.
I said, you can't bring them back. She said, oh no, they're meant to be like that. I said, what do you mean? Bet up and 2 years old? Mm-hmm. How in the name of God are they selling things that are bet up and 2 years old looking the day you buy them?
No, okay, so this is another thing. But remember I was on about the mullets there earlier on?
Yeah.
If you didn't edit it out. You remember I was on about the mullets earlier on? And how young ones... We don't have a clue, Ray, what's going on now.
Yeah, they don't like new looking things.
I gig with a gentleman. Now, he's not great. His name is Brendan.
Yeah.
In town every week.
Yeah.
and we see the young women coming into the pub. Now, I wouldn't be watching them. Brendan's always watching them. But,
God, the pub.
Right.
So poor Brendan under the buzz.
so what's happened now is women are wearing mini dresses,
Yeah.
right? Beautiful, clean mini dresses.
Yeah.
Cheek.
Cheek.
And then below they're
This is
wearing...
Brendan tells you now.
Brendan's telling me this because
Yeah.
I'm concentrating on the music.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Yeah.
a dirty pervert.
Yeah.
So, we...
Carry on. Oh, Jesus. It's definitely defamation.
I'm
happening here.
always concentrating on the
music. Yeah.
Yeah, always, right?
Mhm.
Because but usually the music is playing me and I'm playing the music. And a lot of time when I'm gigging as well, like I'm kind of hovering above myself, watching myself gig.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of, it's a very spiritual thing.
Yeah.
Whenever you're playing Brown Eyed Girl for the 30th time. So Brendan, they're wearing Nike socks then that are dirty and Nike Air Max that are filthy.
Right.
So they're all glam up top.
Yeah.
And then all I just walked from Mayo to Dublin on the bottom.
Yeah.
So that's a big
That's
thing
the
now.
style. So Marie was in style.
Marie is trying
No wonder
to...
she didn't like them.
She's trying to come back into style.
Yeah.
Marie.
Yeah.
Marie, if I give you any advice, we're not of an age where that should be a thing. Dress conservative and nice.
Yes. She
That's
brought them back.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did right.
Yeah.
Go back, get a nice pair of something else, Marie. Get a nice pair of shoes. Maybe get a nice pair of Skechers or something.
Right. I have a few last little bits now. Diddle Philip Schofield, diddly...
So did Philip Schofield have to come out and step away?
Did he have to step away?
Have you heard the...
I've heard bits of it.
Yeah.
I just...
Try and get into it.
No.
Yeah, okay, let's
think we're
not get
better off
into
not
it.
getting into
So
it.
they reckon he's very big into grooming.
I said, let's not get into it.
No, I mean...
You're talking about dog grooming.
keeps himself very well. Like,
Oh, sound.
Philip Schofield is very well groomed.
Very well groomed. Yes,
Yeah.
I've always noticed that
And
about
he
him.
has been ever for the last couple of years. A lot of people on set noticed that he was very well groomed
Right.
on Ireland AM or
Yeah.
whatever he was on. He was on Ireland
This
AM.
morning.
Philip Scorchbox. He was on Ireland AM.
And Holly Willoughby.
And Holly Willoughby.
Holly
right.
Willoughby's Kendy.
And a lot of people noticed how well groomed he was over the last
Yes.
couple of years. But they started to get very annoyed that he was so well groomed and they weren't. So a lot of people lately have started to come out talking about how well groomed he is.
Do you
And
wonder
he got annoyed. They were like, you look so well. And he said, well, if I look that well and you don't like it, I'm going to step away. That's apparently the story.
I
mean,
think
I
that
don't
was what was
fucking
wrong
know.
with Holly as well. Holly didn't enjoy the fact how well groomed he was.
Yeah, Holly was like, I'm not so sure I'm into how well groomed you are.
Right.
Right? And we're just not supposed to talk about how well groomed you are. Is
Yeah.
that it? Every time someone went up to him and paid him a compliment and said, you look very well groomed, Philip, he'd say, we don't talk about that around here.
Okay. Anyway, that's it. That's the Philip Schofield story. For anyone that was missing out, 3 years from now, that'll make a whole pile of sense. Last item that I have any big smiley head in you.
We
there.
don't say that. Fuck it.
Yeah, I think I don't see him coming at us. Like I think he's. I
fucking wouldn't be surprised. Go on.
We're too old. Anyway, auto tunes. Last item I wanted to talk to you about.
I wouldn't dare use this. Hello, darkness, my old friend. That is called Pitch Perfect, Ray.
Yeah. So
What you just heard there.
I can't be singing normally because I find myself going in and out of tune the whole time.
Yeah, you shouldn't be a singer then.
And I shouldn't be singing. Don't want to be a singer.
Haven't said that.
I'd love to be a singer.
I do it all the time as well. I can't sing a tune to save my life, Ray.
Yeah,
Not
well,
a fuck.
That's fine. You seem to be able to deal with that. Wait,
Yeah.
no, I'm supposed to cut in there and say, no, Mark, you are always in tune. You're
Ray.
like an angel.
Don't patronise me, you prick. I can't sing a note. I
So
know
it
that.
was on the adverts. You know the
Yeah.
way us musicians, you'd be looking at adverts.
Yeah. Don't
And
tell me
there
you're
was-
buying an autotune pedal.
Hold on now.
Don't do it.
I did already buy an autotune pedal.
Did you?
I bought a little autotune pedal and I tried it out and I sounded like your man out of the peas.
You sound
What
like
do you call
Jason
them?
Derulo.
No, the peas. What do you call them? Black-eyed peas.
Oh yeah, that's what it sounds
Will
like.
Will I is.
William. Yeah.
Will I day.
Yeah. Will I might I?
Yeah. Will they So I sounded like him and it wasn't good.
Right. Yeah.
So
Shite is shite.
I give up with it.
Yeah.
And then I seen an advert there yesterday. There was some fella selling a really nice radio microphone,
Mhm.
right? And also a Tascam, something fancy auto-tune device.
Okay.
The whole package was €1,000.
Right.
You know what you're thinking? That's an awfully stupid amount of money. What? I know I'm getting married.
€1,000 to make yourself sound well.
No, I was looking at this going, if I bought this and it really did tune my voice to this lovely, lovely moment, then it would be marvellous for me. I'd be able to sing away at like lots of events as a one-man show and I'd take Kendy on
Yeah.
and I'd rob Brendan from him and he would then play box of me.
Now
Now,
we're getting to the real crux of it as well, okay?
Yeah.
Because if you're jealous and you look up to me, just say it.
no.
Because I know exactly what's after happening there now.
Yeah.
You're after seeing the prize bull doing what he does for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And you said, I don't have that kind of talent.
I don't.
But I wonder, could I pull the wool over everyone's eyes and pretend that I'm as good as Kendy?
Could I fake it?
Could I fake
Yeah.
it? So you went out and bought the speakers.
I bought
you bought
the speakers,
the guitar. You bought the stamp box. You bought the
I have the
microphone.
whole setup.
And then you've set it all up.
And I sound shite.
And you've gone, geez, I'm useless.
Yeah. So this little box, I thought to myself, €1,000, one last €1,000 on this.
This is going to be
and
the last hurrah.
I can be Kendy.
Yeah, so the thing is, you can't.
No, and do you know the reason I thought I can't?
Because you don't have this charisma.
You
don't have this body. And you don't have this...
I realised...
That was a C sharp, Ray.
It's a C sharp.
That was a C sharp.
I realised that if I bought it, right, I would be tremendous. If it did actually do what it says in the box, I would be tremendous on my own gigs. Yeah. And then if ever I was at a wedding or a party or something, I said, God, you just Ray's flat out gigging these days. Ray, will you come up for a song?
Oh, you're fucked.
I'd be flat out saying, no thanks,
you're
fine.
Yeah. You're absolutely wrecked. Like, you're doing what the equivalent of a TikTok's filter. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So you're on everyone's TikTok every day with the makeup looking class. Yeah. Hi, guy. And then people see it in real life and goes, look at the state of your man.
A catfishing singer.
Yeah, you're going to catfish the bollocks out of people.
But it's funny, it made me think, and it's only just a friend of the show here, listens to the podcast. He'll get here in a couple of months, in that he's behind, but he gets there.
Okay.
Our friend Noel.
Oh, yeah.
And Noel will not, under any circumstances, get up and sing at anything other than the gigs he works at. Yeah, and I wonder, has he got a box like this and is he hiding it? Maybe. I wonder, is Noel a shite singer? Maybe. And it's just auto-tune.
Maybe that could actually be.
Yeah, so the next night you're at a Gorilla Radio gig and Noel is singing beautifully.
That he has an auto-tune pedal.
I think there's a fancy Tascam auto-tune.
There's an auto-tune pedal there, as well. Absolutely. Actually, the whole lot of them are. They're all on tracks. Gorilla Radio is for all tracks. Do you know that?
Did you enjoy the Keys, by the way?
I got to gig with Gorilla Radio on Saturday.
You look happy there now.
I haven't gigged in the Keys in Galway since before COVID. I went back in my Hot Fuss days.
Yes.
So since to walk into the Keys in Galway is one of the best venues in the country. It is absolutely unreal.
One of the best. It's not as good as Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre.
Anderson's Event Centre is the best venue. Yeah. And apparently there's another venue coming to Sligo that's supposed to be.
And before I go any further, Bob Hennigan, this is out on Thursday. On Friday night, Bob Hennigan is in at 8 o'clock doing a comedy show. I think he's talking about ADHD.
Oh, brilliant. I fucking read up actually about that event. It's supposed to be unreal. I might even go myself for it.
It'd be nice to hear. Anyway, Keys, go for it.
Yeah, so the Keys in Galway. It was unreal. Can I just say this though, by the way? Yeah. For anyone out there thinking about booking a wedding band, book Gorilla Radio.
Because they have the best auto-tune.
Band in the world.
In the country.
It's unreal to play with them. It's unreal to play like that. And they, like Joey, my brother Joey will send you 32 songs.
Yeah.
And you can be damned if you listen to the 32 of them on Spotify. That's how they're going to play them. But just with 20 times more energy. Yeah. And you just learn the song and you go, yep, that's done.
It suited you because you were up at the highest height.
Yeah, I loved it. I was looking down going, Jesus, Joey, you're going bald. That's why I was looking down at them. The best thing about the Keys in Galway is everyone watches the stage. They're all there for the gig. But also, they're dirty, smelly peasants and they can't get at you because you're about 20 foot above them.
And there are two big bouncers stopping you from getting there.
Two big bouncers themselves. So you can take out the flute waver like that at people. They can't get anywhere near you. Stick up the fingers at people. It's the best venue in the world. Yeah. Fair play to Matt.
What?
Huh? It's the second best venue in the world.
Thank you.
How dare I say anything of the sort?
That's the end of 2003. 203.
203.
2003 yet.
Like we said before, a big shout out to Orla. Happy birthday, lovely. That was from Mairead, who wanted to shout out for your birthday.
Yeah, in case there was any ambiguity as to who might have thought of texting.
I know we keep saying this, but we are keeping an eye on the Instagram because we did actually pick the date.
We have a date in July.
We have a date in July.
A date in September.
Yeah.
A date in October.
Woo!
And a date in December.
And a date at Christmas. So they're very special shows. Live shows in Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre.
Yes.
So keep an eye out for them. Fair play to Brendan for flicking the keys off themselves.
Fair play to him.
I'm going to go and try and put this lunatic to bed. Oh my Christ almighty. Don't have kids. Ray, fair play to me.
Fair play to me.
Good luck.
Good luck and bless.
Bless.
I don't know if I said that. The Kendy and Raybo podcast, sponsored by Anderson's Tremendous Event Centre and Wonderful Food Items, and the Blind Tiger's marvellous alcoholic fruit drinks.